Hi everyone, welcome to the channel Prepare with me. So we are preparing for CB grade A and we are aiming for completion of the syllabus. So this is a kind of a revision series that I have started. Yes, I know that I'm very late, but that's fine. Okay, we can still do everything. Okay, not everything, but maximum thing in this particular duration. So now we have the next topic, that is the organizing. Okay, we are doing a management process in the which we have already completed the planning, and I hope that you have watched that video. If you haven't watched it yet, then I'll post the link in the description box. Also, you'll get the link on the I button, so you can just go to that particular link and watch that video. And below that particular video, I have also uploaded some quizzes for the planning, so please attempt that also. You will get to know that how much you have a score are you are actually scoring. Okay, so now the next thing is that the next process is organizing. So when we read these topics, okay, so we feel that yeah, this is very easy, like planning, what to do in the planning. We just have to think about it, we just have to look for the alternatives, and that's it. But it is not a kind of a very easy process. Okay, it needs lots of mental exercise. Okay, so similar thing when we are reading the organizing. So in organizing, what we think that okay, this is a very easy thing, easy topic, there is nothing in this topic. But the thing is that when we read properly in the detailed manner, then we come to know that there are some things that are very typical to follow. They are very typical to actually when it comes to the implementation part, when you solve the questions, sometimes you even get confused when you don't practice, when you don't revise these things. Okay, so this is why I actually advise you to please go through the whole video. Okay, understand this topic, and then please also solve the quizzes. Okay, so this is the first part. In the second part, we will be completing the organizing, because it's a very big part. Okay, so I just break down this particular topic into two videos, because otherwise it will be of 1 hour 2 hour, and sometimes people feel that this is a very long video. Why do I invest this much of time in this video? So that's why I just break up into two parts. So this is the first part. In the second part, you will get the latter half of the organizing. Now let's understand the topic organizing. Now with the name, you definitely feel that this is a very easy topic. Organizing means if I have something like suppose if you have your room. Okay, now in your room you have some shelves. Okay, and in this shelves you have to organize your books. Okay, now what you will do is you will keep all your copies at one place, all your rough copies in your at one place. Books based on the topics, you will just organize your books and placed into the shelves. Then you will place your stationery into one shelves. Okay, some other required things into other shelves. Okay, so now you can see that in every shelf you have actually put the things which is having of similar characteristics. Okay, so this is the way you are actually organizing, so that when you have to just go you need a rough copy, so you don't need to have to look around the whole shelf, because you know that in this particular shelf you have kept your rough copies. So you just go and directly fetch the rough copy from this shelf. Okay, so this is why organization is very important, and that is the reason why we definitely need the organization in the organizing the things in the organizations. Okay, that is why we call it an organization, because all the things are organized. So once you have completed your planning, once you are done with your objective, the next part is to implement this planning. Now for implementation, suppose you have A, B, C, D plans. Okay, uh, now you have chosen B plan. So to implement this B plan, you definitely have lots of resources with you, lots of labor with you, lots of venues, and l- so many things are with you. Now you have to arrange those things properly, so that you would be able to achieve what target you want. Otherwise what will happen, that you will definitely eventually you will feel that if you would have organized the things properly, you would have achieved that particular objective. Like for example, if you go to the shop. Okay, now in the shop you will see that the shopkeeper organize the things properly. Like at one place he put all the stationery things. At one place he put all the chips and all these things. At one place he put all these grains. and apart from that some cosmetics, okay, so, and some trophies, okay, trophy corner is different at a different side, okay. So in this way he has organized his shop so that whenever he wanted to, whenever a customer came, okay, and the customer is asking that, okay, please uncle, give me 1 kg of the sugar. Now if he haven't organized his shop, so how will he give the sugar to this particular customer? Okay, he will take time to first find out the sugar. Now he will find out the place where the thing in which he have to give this particular sugar, okay. So in all he took lots of time, okay, and because of that the customer who is standing outside the shop, he will get irritated, okay, and he find that this shop is not at all organized properly, okay. So he will not purchase the thing from this shop next time. So what he will do is he will go to some other shop where the shopkeeper has organized everything properly. He will go to this shop and he will ask the shopkeeper that he want 1 kg of the sugar. So if the shopkeeper is very innovative and very creative and very good in organizing the thing, so what he have done is basically either customers came to buy the sugar in the 1 kg, 2 kg, 5 kg or half kg, okay. So he already have made this packets and he just hand over this packets, and this will be the very fast process, okay. So he is actually providing the output to the customer in a very less time and very cleanly, very efficiently. So see this thing here, this particular shop will become the good shop for the customer because they are not taking the time. The time for the customer is very precious, okay. So this is why organizing things are very important at every organization, whether it is a big or whether it is a small organization, okay. Now let us understand that what is the organizing things and how it will help you to achieve the objective, what are its feature, what are the steps involved in it, and how many types of the organizing structure are there, okay. So the thing is that first of all, if we understand the organizing, so organizing means what? It is a process, again it is a process in which you will see that whatever efforts you are putting, okay, whatever efforts the humans are putting into particular objective, then whatever the resources are there to assemble them, okay, and finally to integrate both of them, to streamline both of them in a unified manner, this is particularly thing is the organizing, okay. For example, in an organization, if there is a task that is they have to manufacture 10 bulbs, okay. Now what organization will like what actually that company will do, that company will hand over this particular target to the manufacturing unit. Now this manufacturing unit will organize the things. First of all, they will look after the raw material, then they will look after the labor, okay, then they will took that what is the time required, okay, then they will look after the machines, okay. So see here, one by one they are looking up the particular things are actually one by one they are looking after it, and then based on this they are making the allocations that okay, you will do this, you will do this, you will do this, and finally they will under the like whatever the stipulated time they have given, okay, in that time they manufactured this bulb, okay. Now suppose if they have not done this thing, okay, they have not organized this thing, what will happen? First thing first thing if they are not organized, so it may be possible that there are so many defects in the manufacturing. Second thing is that it may be so many conflicts are there, maybe so many conflicts are there. Third thing is quality may be low. Fourth thing is time may increase, okay. So this all are the things which you will find that when a organization or a company is not properly organized, okay. So that is why we need that if you have resources, if you have human efforts, everything, then you have to integrate them in a manner so that they will give you the desired output. And the next thing is saying that it is a kind of a process which will give or initiate the implementation of the plans by clarifying the jobs, okay. Just underline this word, the clarifying the jobs and the working relationships, and effectively deploying the resources for the attainment of the identified desired results. Okay, so if you have so many work in your company, so many people are there, and if you don't allocate them their work based on their specialization, okay, if you don't make a proper relationship in the working space, then it will be very difficult for you to achieve the objective of the company. Okay, so that is why you need that everyone should be clear with their job, what work they have to do in that organization, why they are here. Okay, suppose if it is not clear that what he has to do, either he will be idle or he will be over excited, and he will take up all the things, and eventually he will ruin everything. Okay, so everything should be clear, everyone should be clear with their jobs, so that they will able to achieve those things. Okay, they will be able to focus on their goals. So that is why the organization is important, and organizing is what all about. Okay, now let's see that how do you organize. Okay, in bigger organizations, how the management actually organize the things. Okay, what is the process is there. So first of all, when you have to organize the things, you have to look after the identification and the division of the work. Okay, now let us take the example of the manufacturing of the bulb. Okay, so first of all, you have to look after that what is the requirement. Okay, then you have to think that about the people required in this particular process. So what you will do is you will identify those people. Okay, what is the requirement, then you will divide the work among them based on the specialization that they have. Okay, this is the first and the foremost process that you have to do. Otherwise what will happen, that everyone would be confused that what work they have to do. Okay, you have the target in your hand, but you are not clear with your job that what you have to do. Okay, so this is what you have to do is, whenever you see that when you like you are going to apply in that particular company. Okay, so when either they are hiring or you are going to apply, so you see that they have notified that roles and the responsibilities. Okay, why? Because your role should be clear, that for what job you're applying, what is the role of that job, are you able to do that, are you able to fit into that job or not. Okay, so they actually tell you that this is the role and this is a responsibility that you have to do. Okay, you will be getting in the company when you will be hired. Okay, so this is the first thing when you organize the particular process, is identification and the division of the work. So once you are done with this process, you are switching to the departmentalization. What is this? So basically when you see that in a company, okay, you see that there are so many departments, like one is dealing with the finance. Okay, another one is dealing with the human resources, another one is dealing with the production, then there is a department which deals with the marketing. Okay, so there are so many departments. Why they are having so many departments? Because if that is not, there is nothing like a departments. Okay, it is not organized properly. What will happen? There is no clarity that who will look after the finance. Okay, like suppose there is a person. Okay, uh, okay, let's see that there is a person, there is an employee A who is working in a company X. Okay, now see that if this particular person wants that in this month he has got the salary of 10,000 rupees. Okay, now his salary is actually 15,000. Now whom he will communicate? This is the one confusion that he will be having, that with which department or with which person who is the concern with that I have to talk. So he may talk to any random person, or he feels that he is the right person. It may be possible that his query will not be resolved. Okay, so that is why departments are very important. Now if you know that he has to first tell this particular query to the HR person or the finance department, so he will go to this either of these people. Okay, because he has the clear idea that I have to go to this department. Finance department is looking after my salary and payroll everything, so he will look after that okay, I have not got my salary. Okay, so this is how they are looking after that, to whom they have to. Okay, which particular department is concerned with which work. Okay, so company has to look after this, and once they are divided the work, they have to actually consolidate it into the departments, so that those people who are, like suppose they have divided the work. Now how they have divided the work? On the basis of the specialization. Okay, now suppose if some person who has a degree or who has a specialization in the economics or the finance or the commerce. Okay, now if you are going to put this person into the production department. Okay, in this department he has no idea, or you will be putting him into the HR department, or you will be putting into the IT department. Now if this person has no idea of this, then there is no point of keeping this person in the company. Okay, so you have to first identify this person, that with which particular job he is suitable, and then based on that you have to divide that work, and you have to make the department and put all the people those who have the similar like a specialization into one department. Like the person who has having who is working for the IT, okay, who is working into the IT department, like who is dealing with the softwares, okay, who is dealing with the hardwares, okay, so you will be keeping them into the IT department. Okay, so similar kind of the people are actually put under the one department. So you are done with the division of the work, you are done with the departmentalization. Now the time is assigning of the duties. Okay, so see, you have divided the work department and everything, but now see that what kind of a work you have to give to this person. Okay, so now you will be seeing that there are some hierarchy will be created. Okay, so you will be having the top level people, then middle level people, then low level people. So you will be seeing that in organizing the activity or organizing the task, you will be dividing the work. Okay, so if there is an IT company, okay, so you see that if they have to work on a software, they have to deliver software. So what they will be having, they will be having one manager. Under this manager they will be having some team, okay, team members, and they will be working on the software. So this manager will divide the work like that every person is working on at least some domain, okay, in the software. Okay, and finally they will be completing and working on the software. Okay, so this is how the duty should be assigned to the particular people based on their capabilities, and so that nobody will be having a kind of a idea in that mind that okay, I can do this thing also, this thing also, this thing also. So either one thing, either it may be possible that if they do not assign the duties, so it may be possible that the work can be duplicated. Okay, so if they have no idea, so they will start doing the work, so it may be possible that one person who is doing the same who is doing the task, the second person is also doing the same task. Okay, so to avoid this, you have to assign the duties, you have to assign the work, that this is your work, please do this. Okay, so that it would be they all will be having a clear idea. Next thing is establishing the reporting and the relationships. Okay, now if you have done all these three things, now how will you actually get to know that whether the work is done or not? What is the process going on? Okay, what is the actually graph is? Okay, what kind of a graph is there for the particular task? Is it increasing, the work is actually done or not, people are working properly or not? What is actually happening in that particular department or in that particular company? So every time you have to ask to the people, so that they will report you that what they have done in that particular thing, how much they have completed that particular task. So this is one of the very important thing. So it is also establishes the relationships. Like suppose there are the people, like suppose there are two departments, so department 1 and department 2. Now they both have to report department 0. So once the people those who are working on department 1 and department 2, they will report everything to a department 1 and department 2. Now they will together with the consensus prepare a report, and then they will report to the department 0. So everybody will be having a kind of a relationship between them. So this is how the organizing things will be doing. Okay, these are the process they have to follow. Now why we are doing this, what is the importance? Okay, what is the importance, why we are doing so much activity just when we know that we can do it in a very easiest manner. So what happened that in a bigger organization you have to look after everything. Okay, you will be having so many things with you. Okay, so that time you have to work on the plan, this management process, so that your organization will grow properly, your organization do not have any loopholes in. Okay, so for that these processes are very important. So what is the importance of organizing things? Okay, thing is that you know that whatever the work you are actually allocating, you're allocating to the person who are appropriate for that job. Okay, so it will enhance the productivity. Okay, because that person know that work, okay, they have the space, that person will be having the specialization in it, so he will be doing the best. Okay, so you will see that you will enhance the productivity. Next thing is that since that person is working in that domain for a very long time, so it will give that person a very good experience. Okay, and also you will see that the next thing, the specialization will also reduces the workload. Okay, so this is how you will see this, the organizing things, how it will be giving the importance, that it will be giving the benefits, that we have a specialization and based on that we have allocated the jobs. So it will be enhancing the productivity, it will give the personal experiences also to the person, those who are employed in that particular organization, and also it reduces the workload. Then clarity in the working relationship, how it is unimportant, how it is actually important. Okay, so as an early example, I told you that Mr. A is working in Mr. A is working in X company, and he has no idea that for his problem, the problem that he has not received his salary completely. So whom to report this thing to? Okay, so if he has no idea of that, how will he resolve his problem? It would be very difficult for him to communicate with the people in the company. So organizing the things give a clarity that to whom they have to report. Okay, the communication would be clearer in the organization, in the company. So this is how organizing things are very important. The next is optimum utilization of the resources. Now you're seeing that we are allocating the things in a proper manner. Okay, and hence we know that which particular organization needs what. Okay, so based on the need, they will be allocating their resources. So you will see that they will be using the optimal resources. Okay, so you will see that there will be no wastage. Okay, or the duplication. Okay, time is also one key factor, you will reduce the time also. So all these things are very important, hence organizing the things will become an important process. Then the next thing is adaptation to the change. Now you know that every second day you will see the different activity. Okay, so when you organize it properly, you give some flexibility to that particular plan, then only you will see that your company will adapt that particular changes, because every day you will see a different thing, a different scenario. Okay, so it will give, if you have organized the things, you would be able to adapt that changes, managers would be able to adapt the changes, adapt the policies, and they can implement the plan accordingly. Okay, so that is why this is also important. Okay, this will give this facility also. Next is effective administration. What is the effective administration? So when you have been allocated with your job, so you have the clear idea that what is your work. Okay, so when you know that your work is what, when the people know in the particular company that what the work is allocated to them, so they will be establishing a proper relationship between them, and hence the administration would be effective, they will work properly. So that is why organizing is important. Next is the development of the personnel. So you know that you have seen that managers are there, they have so many things to do. So what they do is they actually allocate their routine jobs, okay, whatever the routine jobs they have, to the people who are subordinate to them. Okay, to the subordinate people, they will get their work from their managers. So because of that, the workload of the manager will be reduced. Now if the workload will be reduced, so manager can think innovatively. Okay, manager can think about themselves. Okay, how to grow the organization, so different ideas, they have the space for the different ideas. So because of that also, organizing is one of the key important factor, because it also gives the time to develop the person, managers also. Okay, next thing is the expansion and the growth, how it is one of the it is providing this. Okay, now suppose let us see that there is in a company A and company B. Okay, so you see that company A is very organized. Okay, is thinking about everything from a very good perspective. They are developing, and when they are developing, they're organizing their departments. Okay, they're organizing the things in a proper manner. At the same time, B is also growing, but they have no organization, no departments properly, no duties are clearly defined, their departments are not working properly. So what will happen that after some time, okay, they they will be having a lots of issues. Okay, issues and the loopholes. Okay, but at the same time, if in this company, they have organized the thing, they have divided their duties to departments, so that departments, if they wanted to grow, so they will be again having some other departments, they can also organize it properly, because they are organizing since long. Okay, they have a proper organization. Now if B wanted to grow properly, B wanted to remove these loopholes, so B will also restructure the organization. Okay, and once they will restructure the organization, they will be having a proper defined duties and proper departments, then they can also grow and develop. Okay, so this is how it provides the expansion and the growth also. Okay, so this is how we will see that the organizing is very important and very key important factor in the management. Okay, this management process, once you are done with the planning, you have to have organized the things, otherwise you would not be able to attend all these things. Okay, now let's see the next thing, organization structure. Since we understood about the thing that what is organizing, what is the importance, now the thing is that there is some structure that organization actually have. Okay, how they organize the things in their company. Okay, so some organization structure they follow. Now you have to see that, first understand what is the organization structure. Now suppose you have a toy. Okay, you have a toy, or let's suppose that you have a car. Okay, now in car, you see that the car has a proper seats. Okay, then it has a steering. Okay, you know that there is a brake, clutch, accelerator, it has a proper body. Okay, everything is so properly organized. Okay, and car is following some framework. Okay, we know that the car has this kind of a structure. Okay, this kind of a structure, it has a steering, it has four wheels. Okay, and also it has window, it has door. Okay, we know that it has a framework. Okay, now this framework will give the idea that how they have to integrate these things. Okay, how this thing will work. Okay, it actually, like suppose if you don't have any framework, how will you put the wheels in the car, how will you put the, like how, you don't know that what should be the framework of the car, then how will you put the window in that car, how will you put the, like where to put the steering in this car. Okay, so this is how you, if you have a proper framework. Okay, then you will be able to regulate the things, you will be able to coordinate the things. Okay, this is what the organization structure will do. Okay, so different organizations require different things, but if they have a proper framework, so okay, a proper structure, then they would be able to properly implement those things, regulate those things, coordinate the responsibilities and the departments. Okay, so that is why you need a proper organization structure. Now right now we will be like understanding on two types of structure, that is the functional and the divisional. Okay, okay, so there are two types of the structure of the organization. One is the functional structure, another one is a divisional structure. Very easy, you will understand this thing. Okay, and we are going to discuss only these two structures right now. The next thing, which is the, like you will be having the formal, informal, organization, delegation, on all these things we will discuss into all these things in the other part of the video. Okay, so now let's move on to this thing, that is the functional structure. Now let us first understand that what is it. Okay, what is the functional structure. So by the name you will understand that there are some functions, some units are there. Okay, and that this units, they will be function at some levels. Okay, so yes, this is like that only. Okay, so let us understood this with an example. Okay, so this is the example. Now you can see here that you have one director. Okay, and you have so department like human resource, marketing, research and development, the purchasing department. What you have done is you have grouped all the things into one department. Okay, like those people who are related to this particular department, they are grouped into this department. People those who are working for the sales and marketing are worked under the marketing department, research department, purchasing department. Now all this, those people, they are working. Okay, they will be allocating their jobs, they will be dividing them and giving them job under the particular department. Now they will report to their respective department, and this respective department will report to one person above them. Okay, so can you see that there is a hierarchy that will be made here. Okay, and you will see that everyone is divided and then allocated the functions. This is how the functional organization is there. Okay, this is how the functional structure is. Okay, what you do is you are grouping the jobs of the similar nature, and you will organize them under a particular departments. Okay, now all these departments report to a coordinating head. Okay, as we have seen that all these departments will be reporting to the managing director. And also the next thing is that a functional structure is an organizational design that groups similar or related jobs together. So we have seen that those people, those person who are actually related to the work of the purchasing department, or those who are working in the research and development department, they will be grouped into that department. Okay, they will be working under that department. Okay, so we have understood this thing. The first now let's see the advantage and disadvantages. Okay, so advantage of functional structure is, the first advantage is leads to the occupational specialization. What is occupational specialization? Suppose a person who have done or who know Python language. Okay, now if this person is actually working in the IT department and working on this particular thing only. Okay, so see that he will be gaining the experiences only. Okay, he will be able to, after some time, like after 2 years or 3 years, he will be master in it. Okay, he will get more knowledge in it. So see, when he will be doing this particular thing, so he will be specialized in this particular area only. Working in that department will give him the chance to develop himself properly and get to explore more things. So it is giving the occupational specialization. What is the, whatever the person's occupation is, he is doing the work under that particular department and developing himself in that particular occupation is. Okay, so this is one example. Okay, this is the one advantage of the functional structure. Next is the promotes the control and coordination. What does it mean? Now see that, suppose let us take the same example of the IT department. So in IT department, you will see that the people, those who have the idea of the technology, okay, they will be working into one department. Now they know that they have the people of the same category. Okay, so they will be having a more coordination between them. Okay, they will be having a more control over them. Now suppose if in this department there is a person who is a HR. Okay, who is also working here. Okay, now they are working with them. Okay, they are explaining. So sometimes what happened, that they will be having a knowledge fight, they will be having some issues to explain the particular idea. So that is how in department they will be having the coordination and the control. Next is increase in managerial and operational efficiency. So it will give the chance to organization to increase their profits. Okay, if you're doing your proper work, okay, your efficiency is good, so you will be definitely creating more profits. Okay, next is the minimal duplication of the efforts. Now the thing is that everything is organized. Okay, everyone has been allocated their jobs, everyone know their jobs, what they have to do. So how will be job will be duplicated? Everyone know their work, so they will be working in their domain, they will not work in others domain. Okay, so hence this will give the efficiency as well as reducing the cost, time, and also waste materials. Okay, next is the easy training. Now suppose if we have departments, so whenever the new person will be recruited and new person is hired, so that department would be easy, that department would feel easy to train that person, because they will be having the person who already has the knowledge of this particular department in which he is going to work. Okay, so that is why the training would be easy, and they can complete this training apart also as early as possible. Now since we have divided all the tasks, all the people into their units, specific units, so everyone would get the attention. Nobody would get it would be like somebody is getting avoided, or somebody is not getting the chance to get through. Okay, so every department will get the attention based on the functions they are doing. So these are the advantages which we have talked about. But when the particular thing is advantages, now the same thing would have the some disadvantages also. Now, what are these disadvantages? First is the departmental conflicts and interdepartmental conflicts. What will happen? These are very normal. Okay, so if IT, HR, and sales, okay, production, if they are all are department, okay, and they have to like discuss on something, so it may be possible that IT will be having some conflicts with the HR would have some conflicts with the sales would have some conflicts with the production department. So yes, their conflicts would be there, so many departments are there, so it might be not, like very difficult to coordinate all the departments, okay. So it arises, conflicts arises. Interdepartment conflicts means like people those who are working in that department, they will be having conflicts with the other people, okay. So these are the disadvantages which are very easy, okay. Now, since we have understood about the functional structure, what are its advantages, what are its disadvantages, now let's see that what kind of organization this particular structure is suited. Okay, so those organizations which are very large, okay, which requires a high degree of the specialization and having a diversified activities, this kind of organizations opted for the functional structure so that they could be able to manage their function, organize their function properly and effectively. Okay, now let's come to the next topic, that is a divisional structure. What is a divisional structure? Okay, now let me give you an example that, like, suppose there is let's see the minute. Okay, now there is a company that is the Tata, okay, or the Reliance. Okay, so see that this company is having so many operational sites, okay. It is diversified in the cosmetics, garments, footwear, skincare, or you will see a lots of areas, okay. So now what they need is, you will see that first they will be divided into their the particular work area, and then they will be divided into a functional structure, okay. So you will see the functional structure also in this particular kind of a category. So we will not do like a kind of a, like, suppose if this particular Reliance is there, so they will be having the this kind of structure, okay. Just a minute, what it is, production, sales or marketing, okay. Now they will do this. Now suppose they will be having so many categories, okay, like suppose they are into the footwear also. So how will footwear department, so this footwear department also need all these departments, that is HR, IT, production, sales, okay. So this is how you will see that in the divisional structure, those enterprises will be having more than one products, okay. So they will be opting for the divisional process structure, in which they will be putting the functional structure also to that particular product. For that particular product, they will be having some departments, okay, same number of departments. This is how you have to understand this thing, okay. Very easy, nothing is complicated here, okay. Now let us see the advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so the first thing is product specialization. It is also an example of or advantage of the divisional structure of organizing. So you will see that they have the same or similar advantages like product specialization. Earlier we have the occupational specialization, okay. But here you will see that they have a different products, so they have a different departments under that products, so they definitely need a product specialization. Then performance measurement, okay, this is the advantage of the divisional structure. Why? Because there are divisional heads, okay, and they will be accountable for the profits, so they can be able to actually recognize that how much profit that particular what kind of performance that particular department is doing, that particular division is doing. Then coming to the flexibility. So flexibility means, see, you see that this footwear department, okay, this footwear is there, okay. So for footwear they have a different departments like HR, IT, production. So see here, if there is another department like we will see that cosmetics department. So if they have to take the decision for the cosmetics, they don't discuss it with the footwear division, okay. So they will be having the flexibility to decide that what they wanted to do, so they have a kind of a flexibility in them. Again, the expansion and growth is same as the advantage as the functional structure has, okay. Now let us move to the disadvantage of the divisional structure. So conflict on the fund allocation. Now since this is the one organization A, okay, A is working on the products of the different products like cosmetics, footwear, apparel, okay, then food items also, okay. Now see that when it comes to the fund, okay, fund allocation, so if this particular division is getting more fund than this particular, than other threes, so definitely this other three will be having the conflicts with the issues with this particular division. Okay, so yes, sometimes it arises the conflicts on the fund allocation, increase in the cost. Now here see that if this particular thing can have 1 2 3 4 IT, HR, production, or marketing. Okay, so now this particular company is actually diversified into different products. So footwears, clothes, okay, then food items, and cosmetics. Okay, now see that again they have to recruit the IT, HR. Okay, can you see that there they will be, this particular organization or company is working into limited cost, but since now the labor is increased, now the employee workforce is increased, so they definitely required more cost. Okay, ignore the organizational interest. What will happen that sometimes it will happen that after so many division departments, it might be possible that the whole interest what the organization is having, okay, this interest is missing. Okay, because so many divisions are there, so definitely either they will be working on that division or they will be working on the personal work. Okay, so the final and ultimate goal of the target of the particular company is missing in that particular organizations. Okay, so this is what the disadvantage is. Now let us see that on which kind of organization is most suitable for this kind of a structure. Now the question comes is, what kind of organization this particular structure is most suitable. Okay, so those enterprises or those companies which are into the like a production of different products, or those who are providing the variety of the products. Okay, so they use this divisional structure. For example, let us take the example of the Tata. Okay, so Tata is actually diversified into many sectors, like for example clothes, okay, into IT, motors, food, still, okay, and so many. Okay, so you will see that for this kind of the organization or business enterprise, they cannot work into the functional structure. Okay, they didn't need divisional structure. Okay, so for this kind of enterprises we need a divisional structure of organization. Now let us see that what we have done today. So we have done, so first we understood what is the organizing. Okay, then we understood about the importance. Okay, we also look after also understood about the steps of the processes. Okay, then we understood that what how many kinds of the organizational structure we have, that is the functional, and second is the divisional. Okay, so in the next video we'll be discussing about the formal informal organization, delegation, and other one more topic. Okay, so we'll end this topic, that is organizing, in the next video. So this is it for this video. This was the part 1. Part 2 will be out soon, in which we will complete the organizing. Okay, and you will get the link system animation video just after this video. Okay, so thank you for watching the video. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment on the video if you like it. Okay, thank you for watching the video.